Hi friends, good morning to one and all. Myself Jyoti Priya. I am studying 4th BTech in the stream of Information Technology and my seminar topic is Honeypots Technology. Honeypots technology is an information securing technology. It is mainly used for providing safety for our systems from attackers or hackers. These are the contents of honeypots technology. First of all, introduction, then what are honeypots, who is the founder of honeypots and classification, honeybee and honeynet, advantages of honeypots and disadvantages of honeypots, and finally conclusion. Introduction. The internet is growing very fast day by day. New attacks has been raised every day. The more you know about your enemy, the better you can protect yourself. How much you know about your enemy, the better you can prepare yourself for protecting from others. The main aim of this technology is to gather information as much as possible. Coming to topic, what are honeypots? It is an exciting new technology nowadays for providing huge security. It is used for monitoring, detecting and analyzing the attacks caused by attackers or hackers. He is the founder of honeypots technology. His name is Lance Spingner. According to his view, honeypot is an information system resource. That means where we can store large amount of information about attacks, and this value lies in unauthorized use of that resource. That means the resource is used by unauthorized persons. Unauthorized persons means the persons who are going to use the information for unauthorized purpose. Here is the classification. Honeypots technology is classified into three types by level of interaction. In this there are two types: high interaction, low interaction, and by implementation. Physical honeypots, that means which we can see, virtual honeypots which we can't see, and by purpose, production purpose and research purpose. High interaction, it simulates all aspects of the operating system. That means our daily real systems which we are used in our daily life. It produces very high risk. It collects more information. Perfect example for high interaction is HoneyNet. Low interaction, it simulates only some aspects of the system. It is completely opposite to high interaction. It is very easy to deploy because it is easy to gather the information. Minimal risk, that means it produces low risk. Limited information, example is honeybee. It is the diagram which shows the functionality of low and high interaction. It is the low interaction honeypot, nothing but honeybee. It is the high interaction honeypot, nothing but honeynet. These are connected with each other. It is the data analyzing and data gathering box. First of all, Nmap. It is used for searching the information. Next is data gathering. It is used to gather the information. Once we gather the information, then we need to analyze the data. Then log. These all are connected to LAN, and it is the firewall which is used for providing security for our functionality of this low and high interaction. These are physical honeypots which we can see. These are real missions. These are used, every host uses its own IP addresses. It often refers high interactive. Virtual honeypots. These are not real missions. These are simulated by other missions. These gives the response to network traffic sent to the honeypots. It simulates different virtual honeypots at the same time. Production honeypots. These are used in organizations or companies or any industries. If any risk is occurred in our organization, these are used to reduce that risks. These are classified into three categories. Prevention. It keeps the bad guys out. Nothing but it keeps the attackers or hackers out of our organization. Detection. Detecting the attacks. Response. Giving response to any type of attacks. Research honeypots. These are used to capture extensive information. That means the information which is not released until it is used to capture that type of information. It is mainly used by research, military and government organization for providing security of their confidential information. These are also used to capture automated threats. It is used for better understanding of attackers' motives and their movements. It is Honeybee. It is one of the open source software of honeypots released under GNU General Public License. It simulates big network on a single host. Nothing but on a single host, so much of network is simulated. It provides a simple functionality. It is the diagram which describes how Honeybee works completely. These are the virtual honeypots. That means a big network on a single host Honeybee. The attacker may use unauthorized IP address and may attack Honeybee or virtual honeypots. At that time, Honeybee will gather all type of information about attacks caused by attacker, and it prepares the system that it never causes that type of attacks to this. HoneyNet. These are often referred high interaction honeypots. On a network, two or more honeypots or form a HoneyNet. It is basically an architecture. The key of this HoneyNet architecture is honey wall. That means a wall between our system and the attackers, which do not allow any type of attacks to our system. Next, diagram of honeypot. It shows the complete description of HoneyNet, how it works, how it is going to be perform the tasks. System log, SPIRC. These are some of the honeypots on a single network. And these are the advantages of honeypots. It collects small data sets of high value. Nothing but on a small data set, it collects so much of values. It is simplicity. That means it is easy to gather the information. Minimal resources. No need of large number of resources. It is also used to reduce false positives. These are the disadvantages of honeypots. Limited view only. That means it gives only smaller description of any information. Risk may be caused due to these honeypots. That means in some cases we may be unable to gather the attacker's information. Fingerprinting is also disadvantageous in some times. I want to conclude my topic that it is an effective tool for observing the hacker movements and also preparing the system for future attacks. It is a flexible tool for providing security. It is the primary tool in detection and information gathering of attacks caused by attackers at any time in any way. I hope this topic will be used for you a lot for providing security for your systems. Any queries? Thank you all.